Okay, so here we are in Cinema 4D. Now as you guys can see, since the new version of Cinema 4D are releasing, the user interface is completely different. But if you are an old Cinema 4D user and you are familiar with the old user interface, all you need to do is simply uncheck this new layout and then go to the standard menu. So now it will show you the old user interface and old user interface structure, you can say. I'm going to adjust it according to that because I am a old Cinema 4D user. Okay, so now we need to create a base for our entire thing. So let's try to do that. I'm going to create one cube over here, and I want to create some wooden planks. So let's decrease the size of this on y-axis to 20, and size X I'm going to choose 200 only, but size Z we need to choose, let's say 20 again, or let's say 40, maybe something like that. Okay, or let's do one thing, we'll make it 60 maybe. Okay, now I need a complete structure. So let's go to our menu over here in MoGraph. Over here you can see so many options, extrude, etc, etc, but I need multiple copies of that, so I'm going to choose cloner. So in cloner we are going to choose this cloner over here like this. Okay, then select this cube and make it apparent with this cloner. You can find it from here as well, like old Cinema 4D user. You can see in MoGraph panel you will get all of this option and effectors, but in this version they have already provided over here. Okay, now let's select this cloner, and right now by default it's grid array, but I don't want any grid array structure, so I'll go inside this and I want it linear. So as you guys can see, I can increase the number of counts over here. Let's zoom out a little bit. And as you guys know, the basic user interface, by holding alt left click you can easily hover, then alt middle mouse button you can move this from here to here like that. So this is just a basic knowledge. Now let's try to create our structure. So let's select this cloner, and I don't want any copies on y-axis, but I want copies on z-axis. So I'm going to make this y value 0, and let's increase the z value. Now if you see this cloner over here, on z-axis I choose 60 centimeter, so I'm going to select this cloner. I'll go to the z-axis and I'm going to make it 62. Okay, so now there it's 62 centimeter away from each and every one, and so I'll get a little bit of gap as well. Okay, and then I'm going to increase the number of copies somewhere around, let's say 12. Okay, like this. Then I'm going to select this, and by holding control I'm going to create a duplicate of it like this. Then let's select this, and with the help of middle mouse button I can go to the top view. Now if I select this cube inside this, as you guys can see, the Z size is 200, and I want to move this on 200 axis as well. So I'm going to select this cloner. I'll go to the coordinate options, and I'm going to make it 200 centimeter away from it. So as you guys can see, it's going over here, but I want this in opposite direction, so I'm going to make it minus 200. So it will go over here, and instead of 200 I'm going to make it 202. So what will happen, we will get a small gap over here as well. Same thing I'm going to do it again by holding control, create a duplicate. Let's make this again, type minus 202, hit enter again. Select this, or I don't think we need to select this again. I think this much will be enough, like that. Okay, so this is going to be my wooden plank. So I'm going to select this cube over here, and I'll go to the object menu, and I'm going to enable this fillet radius option. So simply click on it. So if you zoom in a little bit with the help of scrolling, as you guys can see, we are getting this edges, but subdivisions I'm going to choose 2 only, so our model will not gonna get any heavy. Same thing I'll follow for this cube, fillet and choose subdivision up to 2. Select this, choose fillet and subdivisions 2. Okay, so this is how we will get this wooden plank. Now there should be some base over here. So what we can do over here is I'm going to go in my shape options, and I'm going to choose cylinder. Okay, now let's go to the top view. Let's zoom in a little bit. Then let's go to the coordinates. The radius I'm going to decrease it somewhere around like this. Let's make this proper 15. Okay, and rotational segment, let's make it 10, and let's try to move this over here like this. Now let's go to the right view. With the help of middle mouse button you can switch between these options, and let's bring this downwards. And if you see over this, we will get this icon. With the help of that you can increase and decrease the height. So we will choose a proper value. I'm going to choose 300 over here, and let's try to bring this over here like this. Okay, so we are gonna get this kind of stuff over here. If you want to increase the size you can, but I'm going to be choose this size only, and let's increase the little bit, or let's make this proper 20 centimeter, or let's say 25 maybe. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, and now we need this on all four sides, so I'm gonna go in my top view over here. And let's do one thing. I'm going to select this cloner over here, and by holding control again I'm going to create duplicate, and in coordinates again I'm going to type -202. Okay, so we will get this 4. I think that would be awesome. Then after that I'm going to select this cylinder over here. Let's zoom in, and by holding control I can move this over here, so it will automatically create a duplicate of it. Okay, so let's try to bring this over here. Then select this cylinder and this cylinder, and by holding control I'm going to move this from here to here like this. Okay, so if you see this now, we are getting this kind of structure over here, which is basically a base of our animation like this. Now after that I need somewhere around some structure over here. So what I can do over here is, let's select this cylinder again, and by holding create I'm again going to create duplicate of it, and I'll go to the object menu, and radius this time I'm going to choose 15 centimeter, and let's move this over here like this over here. And now I'm going to increase the size of this, so let's select this and move this somewhere around over here. Let's go to the right menu, and now I want to make this object editable, so I can manage the edges and vertices. So I'm going to press C to make this object editable, and then I'm going to select this point selection, and then I'll go to my select option, and I'm going to select rectangle selection tool, and with the help of that I'm going to select this area, and I'm going to move this from here to here like this. Okay, then let's select our selection tool again, and now again I'm going to bring my cloner. I'll select this cylinder, not subdivision surface, sorry. I'm going to select this cloner, I'm going to select this cylinder, and then I'm going to move this inside this cloner. So again, as you guys can see, it's grid array, but I want linear. I don't want any displacement on y rotation. I want displacement on z axis, so let's increase that. So let's make this 50 maybe, and then I'm going to select this cloner, and I'll try to adjust the position somewhere around in the middle of this. Okay, like that, and then increase the z axis value until all of these three are properly at the center of it. Then go over here and try to adjust it over here like this. Okay, so this is properly adjusted, and now we need to increase the size of it. So let's try to do that. Not size but count, so we will increase the number of counts somewhere around like this. Okay, then select this cloner, and by holding control I'm going to create duplicate of it, and then move this from here to here like this. Okay, then again by holding control I'm going to create duplicate of it. Sorry, by holding control simply drag and drop and create a duplicate. Now let's make the z value of this 0, and x value I'm going to increase somewhere up to this. Okay, and let's bring this over here, zoom in a little bit, and let's try to bring this over here like this. Okay, and let's decrease the size from here. Okay, like this, or let's say this 70 68. Okay, so we are gonna get this kind of structure like this. Now after that there should be something should go between this. So for that what we can do over here is that I'm going to select this cube over here. Again, let's go to the top view, and let's try to bring this over here in middle of this. or you can bring this over here like this, and then press C to make this object editable, and then go to the point view, select your rectangle selection, select this area, move this over here, zoom in a little bit, move this over here, select this, move this over here, zoom in a little bit like this, go to the top view, not top view but right view, select this, let's bring this over here, select this much portion and let's move this over here, select this area and move this from here to here like this. Okay, so if you see, we are getting one common edge from here to here, but if you zoom in a little bit with the help of scrolling, we don't want this, so I'm going to move this up to this only. Okay, now same procedure I'll do for this one as well. So simply select this and by holding Control create a duplicate of it, and let's try to bring this from here to here like this. Zoom in a little bit, let's try to adjust the position. Same thing, I'll go for this as well. So we need to create it by holding Control and then go to the coordinates, and we will rotate it on axis. So let's make this plus 90 and zoom in, and let's move this from here to here, zoom in a little bit like this. Okay, and if you see it's just a half, so let's select the point, select the rectangle selection tool, select this area and move this from here to here like this. Similarly select this and move this from here to here. Okay, so as you guys can see, we are getting this kind of base. So our base structure is ready. Now in next tutorial we will learn how to create another structures like this.